Elliot here from the Bear Pit TV for your Tottenham preview, joined by Craig, joined by Flav from Love the Shirt, from Fighting Cock, podcast fanzine, the lot. You can actually hear a lot more about it, and we've just done a podcast, which is why this is here. To make sure you're doing, look at that on our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, etc., etc. But this is our preview for the game. So Tottenham coming into this, obviously you've, on Thursday night you'll be playing in the Europa League. You'll have also played in the FA Cup at the weekend. We've just had a 2-week break in Dubai. So we're going to be a lot more rested than you.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's true. But so you're playing at White Hart Lane, and we've conceded 5 goals at White Hart Lane all season.
That blew my mind. That's got to be the best home record in the Premier League, isn't it? I'm assuming.
I think it's up there. Yeah, we haven't lost.
Conceded 5 goals all year at home.
We played Chelsea. They'd won 13 on the bounce. They came to White Hart Lane and lost 2-0. Man City had won 11 on the bounce. 12. Actually, no, they'd drawn at Celtic, but they'd won 11.
Yeah.
Drew at Celtic and then came to White Hart Lane and got beat.
I'm feeling a bit pessimistic.
That made you feel worse.
I mean, look, we can be got at, and Spurs can be beaten, obviously. But White Hart Lane, talk about making, the cliche about making your home games a fortress. So far, it's been really, really difficult for any club to cope at White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
Really, really, really difficult.
So how do you expect, obviously you've got the game Thursday, will he rest players for that? Will there be people, coming back off a fresh rest on, will you expect a full strength side on Sunday?
I think it would be stronger than the side that we put out. Again, we've come off 2 games, but there's no league football around it, so you can expect us. You would have expected us to play full strength teams, which we more or less did. The Ghent game at Wembley, even though they beat us in the first leg, you'd think we'd have enough in our B team to beat them, which means that the priority always will be the Premier League, and you're not going to get any let-offs in terms of lineups. Kane probably won't start on Thursday. He will start against Stoke on Sunday.
So you can expect the Hurricane.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's amazing where he's come from, but Tottenham, we're lucky to have him, especially come from our youth academy. So there's that added romance to it. But if there's a better finisher in the league than Harry Kane, I don't know who it is. And I didn't see this coming. In 2011, I tweeted, Harry Kane will never make it at Tottenham.
Really?
Yeah, it still gets retweeted to this.
When is it on?
It's about 200.
I thought it'd be more than that.
No, I mean, I wasn't a big deal. I'm a big deal now, but I wasn't a big deal.
You mentioned that we can get at you.
Yeah.
How?
But if the Stoke management team are watching, which they're probably not, tell them how we beat Tottenham.
Yeah, you sit back. You sit back and you break.
Invite you on.
Yeah, you use your pacey players to...
Can we do that? Can we sit back? Can we do that effectively?
Can we counter with Peter Crouch up front?
No.
Will Peter Crouch start?
It could be Crouch, it could be Berahino. Berahino's pushing for a start.
If Berahino's fit, then you start him. The way to beat... So this is what's going to happen. If Danny Rose was fit, I would bet my house on Tottenham winning. But without him, we have a system where we play 3 at the back, and then we've got wing backs in Rose and Walker.
Yeah.
But when I say wing backs against West Brom, those 2 were our most forward players.
Right.
So they sat. Essentially, we had a 5-man forward line.
Okay.
Because the people do not come out at Tottenham, so you have to overload the attack.
Yeah.
But Rose isn't playing, so we had Davies on that left hand side, who is 3/4 the player that Danny Rose is. Danny Rose is immaculate. He's an incredible footballer. He's transitioned from being a
massive rise.
I don't understand.
I didn't know he was that loved at Spurs as a player. I didn't know he was
adored.
Adored. Yeah.
I mean, what's amazing about it is that you have a team where Dembele's the best footballer in our team. Harry Kane scoring goals for fun. Alderweireld's the best defender we've had since Ledley King. And this guy who was hated 4 or 5 years ago when he signed a new contract, the embarrassment of the Tottenham fans digging him out, saying, we don't need this kind of football club, whatever it might be. And now he's turned into, without any element of social media, has turned into becoming one of my.
We're not exactly the biggest fan of Danny Rose.
Yeah, why?
Stoke fans. I still can't pin it down.
I just think there's a bit of.
I think it was a couple of seasons.
Yeah,
he does give it.
That was it.
Yeah.
He'd give it the big end back at the Tanya a few years back, and the fans got on his back, and then he.
And once one of those things start, they don't die down.
Yeah, look at Charlie Adam, for example.
Yeah,
The other way
you don't
around.
like Charlie.
You're not a
He's
fan,
a
are you?
fucking arsehole.
Charlie's class. Charlie's. I
He's
love Charlie.
class.
He's class.
Like, I
He's
get why you
great.
like him because he gets stuck in. He's a bit of needle, but
I'm not going to go the whole hog and say he's class.
I think he's great. I think he's. You know what? I get him a bit involved. I think he's a decent bloke. I think he's underrated footballer for Stoke because he's not a foreigner. He's underrated because he's a British player. I thoroughly believe that. His left foot is amazing.
he's a fat pig.
He's not a fat pig.
Right. Discussing Charlie Adams, a fat pig. Who is your danger man that we need to watch out for? Who's been the best for you this season?
Dele Alli is who you have to watch out for, not because he does anything immaculate or amazing on the ball, but he arrives at the right time when he's been out of the game the entire time. That Dele Alli, I didn't for a long time understand the big.
You told me this before in the past, yeah. Overrated slightly.
I thought he was overrated. I was like, what's everyone getting at? How can so many people see what I'm not seeing in my own footballer?
Yeah.
He just arrives and does. He doesn't need to have a great game. So the reason why when it clicked was Thomas Müller of Bayern Munich, and Germany. Can have 80 minutes where he doesn't do anything, but he turns up and scores. And there's this idea, and I hate all this shit, by the way, but like these, I think it's called a Rudimeter or some shit.
Yeah, Rudimeter.
He attacks space.
I've never heard of that.
He's rolled into attack space, and this the Trequiesta. Yeah, all that shit, man. That is bollocks to me. But I understand that he has an important role to play, and while he isn't the most skillful player in the world, he has elements of flashness. He's understanding, reading the game, and getting in positions where he needs to be makes him a very difficult player to handle.
Yeah.
That and I think you can expect a lot of work from Son as well. He's going to cause you nightmares because he just runs and runs and he's still.
So that's what you're going to watch out for. So what is your score prediction for the weekend, Flav?
Can I be a prick?
You can. Yeah, you're on our. Yeah, you can do what you want.
You're on our channel. We can be a
Do what you
prick.
want.
I would say 3-0 Tottenham.
Great.
Well, initially before this, I was going to say I fancy Stoke to win, and that I don't usually put the Stoke tinted glasses on. I generally for that, but I was going for a draw after. I'd home form.
I'd happily take a win.
Yeah, I'd take a draw definitely.
We're a nightmare defensively, an absolute nightmare.
In a good way.
A nightmare for you.
Right, yeah.
Hopefully we can go and get a draw or some points of Flav's prediction doesn't come right. But you have been watching the Bear Pit TV. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, comment, and make sure if you do want to go and check out some Tottenham content, you never know.
We just recorded the podcast.
Yeah, just recorded the podcast as well. Make sure you do go and watch that, listen, however you want to take it in. Just take it in some
This is
way.
a good rule of thumb for life.
Yeah, just take it inside you. But you have been watching the Bear Pit TV. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.